today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about designing my garden. So we've gotten the seeds, we've kind of done a seed haul, and now I'm going to try to put pen to paper and design the garden with all of the seeds and plants that I bought. I will say that garden design is not, I am wading into waters I have no idea. There is someone I follow that is a garden designer, and she obviously uses different softwares and is just super, super talented. So if you're someone who is doesn't want to do the design part, you could hire it out. You could have a master gardener and a garden designer come out and look at your space and determine what would be the best. You tell them kind of what your color scheme, or when you want things to bloom, or what, obviously how big your space is. So we are wading into uncharted territories. I'll show you a few things that I am doing, have done. I am not done designing the garden by any means, but if these are helpful tips and tricks to you, great. If not, if you know garden design, call me, help me out. But yeah, I'll just show you what I'm doing, what I'm up to. First, what I did is I bought some graphing paper. I bought a couple different kinds. I brought a graphing notebook so that I could keep all of my different designs in there, because I have a vegetable garden design and then a flower garden, and for different areas of the yard. This, I sketched it first in my project one, and we've made a few changes. And then I got one where I can actually have the piece of paper. This one I actually color coded, so if you can see it here, this will be the vegetable garden. And down here you can put the scale. So each little square in this one equals 1 foot. So this I color coded. Here's my key. I color coded what's going to be planted where. This actually has changed now too. We're going to widen this and make it kind of a double door. Just realize that your plans are going to change over time, and it's good to have a sketch and use pencil. Obviously, I color coded these for a different look to kind of see what's going on, but all of this is pencil and obviously can be changed. Then I think that it's very helpful to have a really giant one, because your scale's going to change and you want to hone in and do more detail. So this is going to be my huge one, and this is the one I'm going to use for this garden design project. So what I did is I took the majority of the different kinds of flowers that I have, and I had these little pictures made of the different varieties. And then I should have put the name up here, but this is a scabiosa salmon. And then I put the height. So what I'm going to try to do, and again, this is me knowing really nothing about it, is I'm going to take different ones and see their height. Okay, these two are the same height. And then maybe put some in the backdrop that are kind of, if you can see that, see how they work together. So for example, I know lavender is really low. So see if it mixes with some yarrow and have some of that, and maybe we need some more, wispy, something that doesn't have any flowers on it. And then I know, for example, my memorial garden that I'm going to be making is going to be white and yellow. And then what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of interest and put some maybe black scabiosa in there. So I'm going to work with these and just develop what I want where, because different things have different heights. These are really small. The scabiosa will probably be in the middle, floating around. And then these guys are taller. This will be right here like this. And this one is the tallest, so they'll be back. And then I'll have daisies. So kind of like a mood board for garden design. And so I'll probably put this over, want these to be together, because that's going to be the memorial garden. And what I think I'll probably do is I'll probably take pictures of my different concoctions and see if they go. And that's what I'm going to be working on. And just having fun mixing and seeing what visually works. Because right now, all I have is seeds. And Floret is very wonderful, and they put a design about what the seeds are, what the plant will look like, not the color, obviously. But I'm a very visual person, so I needed something a little bit more concrete and to start this project out. So join me as I try to design the garden. I think I figured out a few. I'm going to share them with you. They could totally change, so we'll see. But this is the one for my grandmother's memorial garden. The theme is white, yellow, and black. The reason for this theme is her favorite flower was daisies. So I wanted to create, this is a very daisy palette without actually none of these. Flowers are actually daisies. I will be planting some daisies. They're probably going to be the biggest, so they'll be in the back. But this is in honor of my grandmother, and this is my favorite. I love this, and I think it's because I picked seeds with this specific thing in mind. So I knew that all of these would go really, really well together. This is super successful, and I think this is going to pretty much stay this way. These are the tallest ones, and then they get shorter as they go, with baby's breath being the shortest there. The next one, which I am excited about, again, some of these may change, the next one I'm excited about is this one. Playing with these grays, the gray colors. Love this. Love these poppies. These poppies are the Amazing Gray by Floret. And actually, thinking about it, I'm playing around with these grays. These poppies are Amazing Gray by Floret. Actually, thinking about it, I got these bread seed poppies as well. They're the Black Beauty ones, and I might integrate these ones as well. Let's see. What do they say? How tall are they? Ooh, they get really tall. That might be fun to kind of put in the back here. So they get, again, you guys are the 3 to 4 feet. 3 to 4 feet, and then these guys, three feet. So they would be above, probably above these guys. Okay, okay. So that would be fun if we had that black in back. Ooh, I like that. And then you see this little, just pulling that with the Saponaria. I love this. I can't wait to use it. And then kind of as fillers, these baby's breath. Now, take into account these and a lot of the other ones that I showed you, they're not including their foliage. They're just including what they look like when they're picked. So it's not going to be as, condensed like this. And then this is this is Dara, Ami, Queen Anne's Lace. It has a lot of names. This one I particularly like. This has the grays and purples and kind of greens and whites. And I thought mixing that with the regular white would be really pretty. So I'm thinking these ones in the back. Thinking that that's another one that's really pretty. Probably won't just have one there, so I'll probably have another one on the other side. And now I can't see where I placed that. But another thought would be to put some scabiosa. Let's see how big are these? Yeah, perfect. Some scabiosa on the other side, those salmon ones. And do something like that. That's looking really pretty. I have to think about the confines of my garden and where to put them within the design of the garden. The memorial garden, I think, will be pretty self-explanatory. There's 3 plum trees that kind of head off that area, and then I'm going to plant, so the largest ones in the back will actually be in a back, but the other ones are going to be maybe interspersed between the pathways. I haven't really, I'll show you guys actually, I'll show you what I have in my head for the first go, and then a couple different thoughts I actually had today about how to change it. So garden design, this is the time to, if you don't have the same design that you've always had and you're just, switching up what you're planting, this would be way easier. But as it's our first year, we're at the very beginnings of this whole journey, which is super exciting, but also it's a blank slate. So it's a blank slate and it's a lot of work. I'm going to show you the design that I have currently and then an idea I had actually today. On to my trusty graph paper. This is the vegetable garden. I thought I'd start there because it kind of leads. This is the area that we're talking about, and I have a bigger one, so I'll show you that. Right now, what I have is the vegetable garden. I have tulips planted right here with some wildflowers already. We'll see how that does. The tulips will come up early spring, die back, and what my hope is that the wildflowers will spring up and take over for that season. I planted my peonies here. I think there's 35 of them, a bunch of different varieties. On this side, I did order a bunch of cosmos from Floret Flowers seed sale. And I'm gonna put a bunch of cosmos here, some snapdragons, maybe some of these other ones like Dame's Rocket, which is a perennial, over here in kind of a wildflower mass planting. That's one idea I have. I have some allium planted here already, so I have to take into account that that's already planted there. Those are bulbs, so they can be taken out and planted other places. Here's what I started. A path. Lovely. I also have roses, David Austin roses coming from England that will come in the spring. And I'm gonna plant a rose here. It's pink, it's a climbing rose. This is an arbor, this is an arbor. And I'm gonna definitely plant lavender near it because of aphids. Lavender helps keep aphids at bay because of the smell. And roses, you gotta just try to do as much as you can to make them happy. I've never grown roses before, so fingers crossed. I'm nervous, but I think I'm gonna try not to be nervous because maybe they can sense that. Anyway, I'm gonna put a rose on each of the arbors there. They're gonna be really simple. I'm thinking they're gonna be really simple metal arbors and the roses will just climb over them. TBD on that. Then I'm gonna, these lavender Then I thought, well, I want some lavender. I wanted to have a pathway over here because this is where we're gonna have the hoop house. Way over here, over there, is our raspberry patch. So there are things that we need to get to, so we can't just plant a bunch of stuff. So thought we'd have a path right there. Then if you look at these two little notches, I thought we would have paths going this way, and this would be over into the memorial garden, which led me to design number 2. Actually, this is more like design number 5, and it is still, as you can see, I have old drawings of this. I'm having some trouble in my positive and negative space. There's a rhubarb plant right here that's already there. So that to me is negative space. Over here there's nothing, and we want to put a positive space, meaning grass or gravel or mulch, to be able to sit and enjoy the garden that surrounds it. When I initially drew this, they were both positive space because I forgot that this is actually negative space. So I need a path around and potentially another path around the rhubarb and whatever else I'm gonna plant there. Could I pull up the rhubarb and put it somewhere else? Absolutely. So I don't wanna frustrate myself trying to figure out how to get around this rhubarb because nothing else is planted there. So what I decided, try not to just go around the rhubarb just to go around the rhubarb. But it's there. Then I thought, well, I'm gonna create 2 pathways because we need to get over here. Over here is a shed, and then we need to get over here for the reasons I mentioned earlier. Instead of creating a second set of paths to get into the memorial garden and to potentially another garden, I thought, why don't we put some stepping stones in the positive, in some space, which now could potentially be negative space. Does that make sense? Or am I just being completely... You see why garden design is so hard for me. This is the latest that I've come up with. 3 arbors. This is a path. We have some roses, some wisteria, roses, clematis, and that could potentially change. Lavender surrounding the roses, and then some stepping stones to a bench, and then the memorial garden will be around here, which was these guys. So this will be around here, like so. Not like so, but you get my drift. And then the rest of these, we'll have to figure out what backdrop we're gonna, limit we're gonna do. That is my garden design for now. Allium right there, they're really tall. And then I thought we have some sweet peas that can go, because this is a fence, sweet peas like to climb. So that's another thing I want to consider is doing some sweet peas. So it would be like, these are sweet peas like this. And on this side, it won't shade the vegetables because the sun comes from over here, goes like that. So sweet peas right here. Allium or purple, that's a lot of purple. Or I could do, I do have a mix I can do. So sweet peas right there. Deep sigh. Deep sigh, right? If you're watching this video and you have a gifting for garden design and you would like to help me, I would love the help because I can pick out things, I can do the work, and I can have the vision, but I have met my match with garden design. And I love what Monty Don says because it's taken a load off of me. And he said, if it works, it works. So when you see on these seed packets, plant in full sun, plant spacing 8 to 12 inches, blah, 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 and it doesn't work. Or it works that you plant them 6 inches apart, or it works that it's in partial sun in your yard, or whatever. If it works, it works. So I'm trying to hold loosely to making sure that everything is successful and enjoy the process and be like, you know what? If I plant things, I mean, I'm looking at some of these, and some of these, I'm like, I don't know if I like those. Maybe I won't even start the seeds. Or maybe I'll start them and put them in a different place in my garden. Or maybe I'll start them in a pot. Or maybe I'll give the seeds to a friend. So, holding loosely to your design or your fear that things won't work out, I'm learning. It's tough for me because I control, and I want this to work out because you made an investment, right? I've made an investment, not only my time, but financially, and in my dreaming of how I really would love it to be. So I guess that's my piece of advice to myself. Thank you for watching. And if you have any comments, concerns, tips, tricks for me, or if you would love to help me out, I am so open to collaborating with someone to make this such a beautiful space. We have a garden space of about 36 by 28, I believe, minus, I think we roughly said 500 square feet worth of path, plus various other gardens in various other parts of the. You guys, I cannot wait to give you a tour of the garden and the area and the yard. I mean, to start a garden YouTube channel, a garden vlog in the winter, you should see outside what it's doing right now. It's literally a blizzard. So to start a garden vlog in the middle of winter time, not being able to show you guys what we're working with basically has been sad and frustrating. But what an exciting process to start from square one, and you guys literally can see things taking shape for the first time. It's so exciting. Thank you for joining me, and next time, I just got a package in the mail for our seed setup. I'm extremely excited to open it, to set it up. It's not quite time to do seeds, to plant seeds, but I believe that's going to be next, the setup. So join us next time. Thank you guys so much.